So there, folks, welcome back to Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Hello, everyone.
I did a really slow intro there for some reason. I'm not sure what I was doing. It's like I'd forgotten what to do.
You're always quite slow with these intros.
I know. I'm going to unpause.
What is that?
What?
Near the omelettes.
Near the omelettes.
Top of the screen. There's like an omelette and...
Cactus... jungle salad.
Jungle salad.
And some mountain stew. We bought it off the guy at the shop last time. So, Velerious, I'm just going to let them chill for a bit and do some hauling, because they need to do that, whilst we have a bit of a chat with people. So, yeah, the schedule this week was a little bit different. We put out Derping Around in Borderlands.
Yep, Borderlands 2.
And what was the other one? How to Survive. Derping Around How to Survive. Got you to do the Borderlands video with just you and Jade, which was two reasons. One is the fact that I hate Borderlands, so it was a good opportunity for you to cover that game.
Yeah.
And the other was just the fact that we needed some more content because I'd been at work for like the last 11 days non-stop.
Working continuously.
Working 9 till 5.
What a way to make a living.
So it wasn't even working 9 till 5, but it was working till 10 o'clock at night most nights. Oh God, there was, on Thursday basically, I started at 6 a.m. and finished at 10 p.m.
Working 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And then the
it's
next...
not as catchy.
Yeah, and then the next day, I was like, oh, finally, I can have a bit of lying, do some filming. No. Upturn the police just knocking on the door at 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, hello there.
Hello, sir. Have you paid your taxes? I don't think you have.
It was nothing to do with tax payments, thank God.
Senor.
But,
where are your tax payments?
Yeah, it made it really difficult to get any filming done last week. So
please give us your P100.
Yeah, it's like we're filming this literally the day before it's going to go up because we've just... Yeah. It's buffer daytime. We're going to have to film all day and all day tomorrow to get back on schedule now.
Filming every day.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week. But we've got some good vids out of it, Velerious. And we've also been in training playing Hearthstone.
We have indeed, for a noble fan who has asked us to play Hearthstone. And I was like, Sharon, you're going to have to play Hearthstone.
I believe it was the fan known as SGST3. It's got some sort of really strange name like that.
You mean Super Cod Killer 61?
But
all of the Super Cod Killers.
You mentioned asking whether we'd play Hearthstone, and we are going to... What's this? 3 green slimes, not a problem.
4 green slimes.
Yeah. So, a Hearthstone video is coming. It should be... In fact, it should be up about 4 days after this goes up, by my reckoning.
Yep.
After this, there's a Town of Salem due, and then the first episode of the Hearthstone.
And believe us, guys, it's going to be a special one.
It's going to be a sort of mini-series first, isn't it?
Yep.
And then we were planning on playing something else in that slot, which Contagion was a game we were discussing.
Yeah.
Do you know, I mentioned this to you, didn't I? I said, we'll film some Contagion, and then this was just before the Hearthstone comment came up, and we were like, we'll do Hearthstone as a mini-series first. Literally, the day we made that decision, Zoe from the Yogscast put up some Contagion videos. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, we can never. Like,
do you know what's even worse?
Whatever we come up with, the Yogscast just steal it.
I know. I noticed this week and last there has been speedrunners put up on PewDiePie's channel, on Cinematose Ken's channel. Minx has played it recently, I think. So it's like people be playing speedrunners Contagion. It's like still stealing our games. We're small YouTubers. Hashtag small YouTubers.
Yeah, every time we try and come up with something that we think no one... Contagion, we're like, no one else is going to play this. Because this is like... Contagion is a game, right, it existed before its current thing. It started as a Half-Life mod called Zombie Panic, right? And this was pre-Source. This was original Half-Life on what they call the Gold Source engine.
We used to play it quite a bit, actually.
No, well, I played Zombie Panic, and then sort of when I moved back here, Zombie Panic got upgraded to a Source mod called Zombie Panic Source, and that was what I introduced you to. I said, I used to play this game, it was really good, let's try it out, and it was pretty much the same game. And it was a sort of team deathmatch, essentially, where one person is a zombie called the Whitey, which has like 200 health, and it can infect people, and the rest of the people are survivors. And the Whitey's job is basically to kill people, or to just injure them so they get infected.
Or to just run around screaming, white supremacy, white supremacy!
But, at that point, the people who have been killed will eventually respawn as zombies, and people who have been infected will eventually turn into zombies whilst they're in the sort of rooms where the survivors have barricaded themselves in and stuff. Because the survivors don't know they're infected.
Yeah.
And your job as an infected is to keep that secret. And it's it would snowball. So, as more and more people join the zombie team, the survivors would have a harder and harder time. They're running out of ammo. and they would eventually get overwhelmed.
Or you get someone who sits on a really annoying place where you can't hit them.
Yeah.
Kind of like the microvolts that we used to play.
It was a lot of fun, and it's still free on Steam, Zombie Panic Source, and you can still play it. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of servers that are still around. But they then released it as a standalone game called Contagion, probably 2 years ago, maybe.
Quite a while, yeah.
And it's like they've made some changes, so it's not just the standard sort of whitey mode. There's also, I mean, I don't think the white is even in it anymore. It's slightly different now.
Yeah, it's different in the fact that now it's kind of like, it's more Left 4 Dead, but once you die, you become a zombie and then just turn on everyone.
They've still got the deathmatch mode, the sort of, you know, zombies versus humans, but they've also got, like you say, the sort of objective-based survivor gameplay as well, which is really interesting.
But even like the survivor mode, I don't think anyone actually starts as a zombie. I think it's literally... You get killed by a zombie, you turn into a zombie, and you're slightly smarter than all your zombie brethren.
Yeah, yeah.
So it just basically takes one stupid person to get eaten by a zombie in the toilets while crouching in fear with no guns. But it's like throwing rocks at zombies. Get out!
It's pretty fun. It's a good game just to dick around on with your mates, especially if you've got the voice comms. And we were like... Because it came from the Zombie Panic source, but I was like, no one's going to have played this. This is brilliant. We've got this to ourselves here, like we did with Town of Salem and stuff. And then it was like, oh... Fucking Zoe, of all people.
People just play these games, though. It's like Towns being played by Sips. What are the odds?
Well, he got there before us on that one, I think. We were still playing Saints Row back then.
Well, he got there way before us, but it's still like, you know, it's quite amazing that he will play such a kind of small little game.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of the time you expect like bigger YouTubers to play kind of big games or games that are going to throw money at them and say, play this.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like it's good that they play indie games. I don't want to take that away.
I don't want to take that away. But then you end up with...
It's just annoying that they always seem to like... literally, the day we decide to do a game, one member of the Ozcast will steal it. Like Shin doing Influent the day I filmed our Influent
on
video.
On the plus side now, we will get a comment, at least on one speedrunner's video, that just says, stop copying PewDiePie. Hashtag copying PewDiePie. Hashtag copying.
Brilliant. That'll do. I'll take that as a bit of publicity.
That'd be amazing. Stop copying PewDiePie. You copy all his games.
I was just making sure they're hauling, but they are. This is good. They're getting some actual work done.
He's actually been saying a lot in his games now. Every time he starts playing a game, he goes, I'm not copying this game. I'm not letting no one else is copying this game off me. I'm just playing this game.
This is the thing. If a game's good, you should expect all the YouTubers to be playing it. So in many ways, it's quite good that Zoe did find Contagion and is enjoying it.
The way to know if a game's good or if a game's basically throwing money at people is to look at all the AAA people and then a small group of people. If they play something like Contagion and then the big AAA guys play Contagion, you know it's a good game.
That's the thing.
When the big guys play it, you know that it's throwing money at them.
When the big YouTubers and the small YouTubers are playing the same game, it must be a decent game, basically. That's the way it looks like. Oh, there's green slimes, so I forgot about them. So the other thing that came up in the comments was King of... I can't remember if it's King of Gaming Sweden or King of Swedish Gaming, but he's the guy who asked for the Influent Part 2, and has since asked for a Part 3. Now, to be honest, I think I'm pretty much done with Influent in Swedish, at least. It's sort of... I've done 2 videos on it, and a third one would be pretty much just more of the same. There's sort of nothing new to explore there, other than, a few words that I might not have picked up last time.
You didn't want to kind of like throw single-player videos onto the main channel.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why if we ever do derping around, it's generally me and you, or me and Jade, or Jade and you, and things like that.
Yeah.
We're not usually single-player stuff on the main channel.
Exactly, but now and again, we do need videos to, if someone's unavailable for filming, it's nice to have a little bit of content there, which is what we've put the first Influent vid up for in the first place. So, we're not ruling out any more Influent.
But I think it might be a while.
Yeah, it'll be a while, because we've got some new series planned and a bunch of stuff to do, but it's like... If we do go back to Influent, it will likely be in a different language for a start, so that it's something a bit different.
Yeah.
I've got the Japanese mod, basically, which I think would be quite funny, because that's much more difficult for sort of, Western pronunciation.
Yeah.
Whereas Swedish is not drastically different from our language anyway.
Yeah.
So it would probably be in Japanese, and it would probably be you playing rather than me, because you haven't had a go at it yet.
Oh god, this could end up being incredibly stereotypical.
But it's, but as I say, it's not going to be for a while, and we're not going to continue doing more and more episodes of Influent. If there's one more, it will be literally just one more, I think. Because, I mean, it's a fun game and everything, but there's only so much you can do in it before it gets a bit repetitive for the viewers, you know.
It's also, like, it's a game to learn another language, which, to be honest, we're not in it to learn another language, really.
But the thing is, it's like, I can understand, you know, because he is Swedish, it's probably very entertaining for him, but less so for the non-Swedish viewers, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it'd be nice to do it in another language, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'm quite happy I didn't have to do the Swedish one, considering I still call it Swedland. Because I somehow seem to think Swedland is acceptable.
Right, I'm going to put up a row of scaffolding.
Okay.
Ready for this roofing. Because we're about halfway through now, and I want to get a little bit done. I know I said I was going to leave them hauling for most of the episode. Well, we covered all the news. Jesus Christ, there was a lot of news.
I know. There's a lot of news that comes out weekly.
Well, it's been a mental week for us, hasn't it? That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to block off? Can they walk through?
Yeah, they can walk through scaffolding.
Can they?
There's a bit in front of it anyway.
We'll soon find out. Yeah, I know, but they can just walk over that. I'm wondering whether they can.
Right, if they can walk out the doors.
Yeah, should I cancel?
When they walk through the doors, it was clear to Charon.
Wow, I just realised what song is it. What is that? What is it?
Eminem Monster? We Made You?
Oh, it's not We Made You. Oh, is it We Made You? Yeah, it's an Eminem song, isn't it? Oh my god. Wow. That was brilliant. On the subject of Eminem, have you heard Cinderella Man?
No, not
Oh, that song is so good. Just one of those things.
Been listening to some people do the Rap God cover. That's brilliant. When you hear
there we go. You walk through it. That's fine.
When you hear all these people doing the Rap God one, where it's like they just have to rap really fast, kind of thing.
I was talking to Lucas about Eminem the other day, saying how like he did that one album that I just didn't fucking like at all. Because I've been like an Eminem fan since the very first sort of Slim Shady LP first came out. Because I was like
good thing you stated that
17 when that came out.
Good thing you stated that, or we'd have so many comments of people going, "You're not an Eminem fan. You have to like all albums. Buy them all."
I like them all up until the one that's got My Mum on it and a couple of other tracks like that.
So you don't like it because your mum's
the thing is, they all started getting similar names at one point. I think it was either Rehab or the one that came after Rehab, Relapse. It was one of those two, and I can't remember which is which, basically.
The greatest thing is...
But then after that came out another really fucking good album again. I was like, oh,
because I don't know much about this, right? And you've just said it's got similar names. It was someone with my mum on it. It now sounds like he's just got one album that just goes my mum, my aunt, my sister.
No, he's got a song called My Mum, and it's shit. It's one of his worst ones.
My baby pygmy chihuahua.
What colour are we doing this? Did we ever decide?
No, I think we were just going to do yellow.
Let's carry on the yellow.
Yeah, and then it'll clash with the green, and then it looks so awful that people just stop watching Towns.
Now then, I do it on this row, don't I? So we need to do side...
You do the sides of the doors.
Side doors, then the doors.
Oh yeah, actually, between episodes as well, I've got a new keyboard. Completely forgot about that too.
Oh yeah, you got a new keyboard.
Because this was actually bought...
It's a Corsair...
K50?
K50, is that right?
Yeah, because the K30 had just one line of macros, and this has 3 lines of macros that I will never use.
18 fucking macro buttons. Jesus Christ.
Actually...
You never need that many macro buttons unless you start playing WoW.
Well, you want to know the funnier thing? This is actually... there's buttons here that say M1, M2, M3.
Yeah.
And they're actually profiles.
Oh, yeah.
So you can set up 18 macros for each single profile.
Wow. 3 18s, Velerious. That's a lot of macros. That's 54 macros.
So while playing WoW, you suddenly go, oh, I'm going to switch to my cleric. Macro number 2. now to just go through all the other macros.
That is beast mode. Right. Yellow roof will require some delicious yellow colouring.
Tell you one thing. Blizzard does do a good job on Hearthstone and everything, because today I actually went on and checked how big WoW was. Play till level 20.
Is that perma orders on the left? It is, isn't it? I'm just going to set that to 5. And I'm just going to harvest some yellow flowers because they're going to need them.
Okay.
Yeah, Hearthstone. Hearthstone is... The thing is, with the Hearthstone thing, we sort of... We haven't played it before it got requested because we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, didn't we? And we were quite obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh.
To be honest, back in the day, way back, I used to be on Pokemon cards. You probably had cards before that.
I did play Pokemon a little bit.
Probably had little stones chiseled into card shapes. Well, I've got Rock number 2.
But the Pokemon trading card game was a bit...
We've seen Top Trumps, Pokemon, we've played Yu-Gi-Oh, we've played Yu-Gi-Oh online and everything.
I still love Top Trumps.
Yeah.
I've got a pack of Top Trumps you don't know about that I'm saving. to bust out probably around Christmas time. We'll have a game one
I
night.
thought I
You're
had
gonna
a
love
pack
it.
of top trumps.
Yeah, you've got a pack of Harry Hilltop trumps that I got
That
you
was
as a
the
joke
one.
present one year.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played Yu-Gi-Oh! And we had like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, but eventually we found a place online where we could play with access to the full cards. And
Yeah.
when both players have access to all the cards, it's much more fun.
Makes it interesting.
And it's like, we used to play against loads of people on there. It was really good. And sort of like, so when Hearthstone came out, I was like, I don't want to get into it, because then if I do, I'll want to like be able to compete, which means I want to buy the cards. And, you know.
When you first looked at Hearthstone, it was like, you didn't understand the lore behind it, because we've not played WoW.
Yeah.
We weren't WoW boys, really. We went into...
So my sort of lore knowledge stops at the Frozen Throne, which
Yeah.
was about as far as we got.
Which, to be honest, I enjoyed Warcraft 3 immensely.
Yeah, Warcraft 3 was
The minute it
brilliant.
went into World of Warcraft, I was like, I don't want this anymore. You have upset me. I can't even play Lope in World of Warcraft. That was the saddest moment.
We have a merchant. I'm just going to have a quick look at some of his shit.
I used to play Lope all day, every day. Play Lope every
Play
day.
Lope every day. It was
Fucking so fantastic. Just every day, just you come down and be like, what are you playing?
Nope. You used to play a lot of tower defense on there as well.
Oh
didn't
god,
you?
tower defense. I used to play Dota. On Warcraft 3.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then actual Dota came out, and then I was like, I don't like Dota anymore.
I'm sure StarCraft had a sort of Town of Salem style Mafia mod as well.
I'm waiting for Lope to come out on the Steam store. I would buy that so hard.
Should I sell some of this crap since the dungeon's empty?
I don't know, because you got to remember, they do have to run down there and get it, which interrupts
but
all the other kind of stuff. If you want a hauling episode, I would just sell
The thing
one
is,
thing.
they're going to haul it back to the armor racks, if not anyway. I'm gonna do it.
No, they're
'Cause it's
not.
been-
The
oh,
Amarax
keep
are full.
It's been sort of building up for a while. And it's just going to get worse.
I can't believe there's so many things that we had to talk about in this episode.
Yeah. Where were we? What were we up to?
We were discussing Warcraft and Hearthstone and how like we didn't know anything about the lore,
Yeah.
we didn't know anything about the card game, we kind of went in completely blind and then got addicted to it more than heroin.
Well, it's
and then kind of like we just sat there injecting Hearthstone into our
well,
veins
the thing
every
is,
day.
it's sort of knew it would be fun.
Snotting Hearthstone off the screen, you know.
But yeah, now I'm quite enjoying it. And so, like, once we've done the mini tournament, chances are we're going to buy a bunch of cards. and
You've
then...
gone over his money.
Oh shit! Chances are we're going to buy a bunch of cards and then continue fighting it out
in ranked mode. So if any of you see us in the ranked mode, feel free to go, hey, you're the guy from YouTube, which you probably won't because you probably don't play Hearthstone because you
I didn't go over his money, did I?
He has 3,243.
Well, I'm going for 3,000.
And you went for 3,500.
Okay, that'll do. They can sell that stuff to him. It'll clear up a bit of space lying around. There's some fucking heads on sticks as well we need to sort out.
Heads on sticks?
You
didn't sell any of
hobgoblin
them,
ones.
did
We've
you?
got too many hobgoblins.
Did you sell any heads?
You can't sell heads, unfortunately.
Oh.
If you could, we could just fucking sell them. Why is that one pole slanted?
Because Charon was really drunk one night.
And just put it in wonky.
Yeah, and then died.
Yeah, that happened.
That sad moment when you realise that Charon's dead.
Fucking Tarrowing. So yeah, there's a good chance we're going to come back to Hearthstone after the mini-series with bigger, better cards, Velerious.
Oh, God.
Because, yeah, why not? Why not, really?
Just kind of throwing
it's
all our
fucking
money at it.
Yu-Gi-Oh! All over again. What have you done to us, man?
Admittedly, I didn't expect us to get this hooked on it. Speaking of massive amounts of money being thrown at things,
exactly why
though.
I didn't play it, though. Oh.
Speaking of massive amounts of money being thrown at things, though.
What massive amounts of money? Oh, was this my hint to mention DashCon?
DashCon!
Fucking DashCon! So if you haven't seen the news yet, I mean, you'll have had a couple of days to see it.
You probably will have seen it.
But
Go on,
you know the story better than me.
I mean,
This is
people
your
know
one.
how much kind of like we get things around anyway, so it'd be funny to discuss it. Essentially, it was just kind of like a convention done for the people of Tumblr by people in Tumblr. And, like, they asked for, like, an Indiegogo campaign. It's all on, like, a meme page as well, if you want to read up anything about it. It's on, like, Know Your Meme.
Yeah.
That basically, 4chan and Tumblr have been fighting for a long, long time. And they had this convention, did Tumblr, thinking it was all nice and fun and everything. They donated $4,000 out of $5,000, but the funding was still given into it, because it was Indiegogo, not a Kickstarter one.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, everyone showed up for this convention that was apparently still going ahead after the donations were given in. And it turns out that it wasn't going ahead. They needed to pay $17,000. After raising this $17,000, and there's a picture somewhere on 4chan, I think, where someone's actually managed to get a picture of the $17,000.
Yeah.
After paying this, they were led into a hall that consisted of a ball pit, of which you were allowed to spend, like, a certain amount of time, and you were given an hour if you asked for a refund. There was a bouncy castle, because, teenagers who spend their entire life on the internet would love to bounce around in a castle all day on their iPads on the internet. And there was a load of seats. If I remember correctly, I don't think there was any kind of food or anything that was presented to anyone. The $17,000 literally paid for the ball pool, in which case there is billions of pictures of people just sat in the ball pool, looking lonely and questioning their life choices.
It was incredibly fail, basically.
Then there came up rumours that 4chan have kind of tried to say was all based on them, of people peeing in the ball pool, which quite clearly could be happening. Someone said they were going to sell the ball pool on a Craigslist, and it is listed as being a used ball pool that needs washing because of all the body pain that has been in there. It also might have some fornicating being done inside its holes or something. So people have tried to say that they've had sex in there.
Brilliant.
There's been tons and tons of things just going on about basically that they've thrown all this money for a ball pool, basically.
This is true. Yes, it's.
I keep calling it a pool as well when it's a pit.
Ball pit was what it was thinged as, but it was literally, it's like a dinghy.
Yeah.
Filled with fucking balls. It's pathetic. It's just feeble. It's a giant fucking conference room with a tiny ball pit in.
Well, the thing I found the funniest was the fact that people went in it and still managed to knock the balls out. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's like, you think you get to a certain age where you think about the cleaners. So if you get in and all the balls come out, you go, oh, someone's got to pick them up.
If you get in and all your balls come out, Velerious, you're doing it wrong.
If you get in and your balls come out and you piss all over the floor, you're probably from 4chan. But there is videos like on YouTube of like a guy who went round looking at the Tumblr people. I must say, Tumblr to me is a very confusing realm. I understand that a lot of people get hate whenever they talk about Tumblr, and Tumblr's kind of like a close-knitted community of people who say, I look ugly, you look beautiful, baby, and things like that. And it basically goes through the the entirety of trying to be unique.
It's basically the emo corner of the internet, isn't it? That's what I understand it to be.
But also as well, like, if you go on and you want to be unique, you go on and say, I'm a vampire. And everyone goes, well, there's 16 billion other vampires. Well, I'm a vegan vampire. Actually, there's another 16 billion of them too. Yeah. Well, I'm a vegan vampire that can go out in the sun, but I sparkle when it's nighttime. Well, that's quite different, my friend. Suddenly now you're getting yourself a few subscribers. Perhaps do something else. I also gain my power by drinking jism from the Fountain of Gods. And then it just gets weirder and weirder.
The Fountain of Gods, is that what you call your winky?
Yes. The Fountain of Gods is what I call other men's winkies.
Drink from the Fountain of the Gods.
Hashtag Velerious quotes.
Brilliant.
I want a hashtag so bad. I want fans to make a hashtag. Derpsville Guild.
Hashtag make Velerious a hashtag.
Yes. Hashtag I want a hashtag.
While you were discussing DashCon, I have placed orders for Zombite Helmet and Zombite Greaves for Sybil Anscott. Because I know she's not wearing any pants, Velerious. She's wandering around, no pants on again.
Wait, why are we giving her pants? This seems like a bad idea.
She's got a Zombite breastplate and boots of haste, but no upper or lower half. So I'm just finishing her off.
Okay.
We've got 2 gold, which is we're saving that for the axe for Rose.
How's the roof going?
We need another gold. The roof has got pointy bits on, which is
That's
brilliant.
That'll spike the dragons that try to land on it.
The merchant's been dealt with and everyone's doing hauling. So what I'm going to do is pause Derpsville. And that's it, folks. We'll see everybody next episode where we might actually get some proper work done for a change.
I doubt it. Bye-bye, everyone.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.